Hey guys, this is Lindsay. I'm coming to you from my cozy, comfy bed today. I'm not feeling that well, but I wanted to make a quick video about why I'm choosing to have weight loss surgery. It's been a difficult decision for me to make. I have been back and forth on the fence for a while now, probably since I was in college, which is almost 10 years ago. But I now have decided that it's not about my appearance as much as it's about my health. And don't get me wrong, I want to look better. I want to be thin. I want to look better. I want to be able to buy normal clothes and not always have to shop in the big girl stores. But it's mostly for my health because I want to be around to spend years with my husband. I want to be able to celebrate 50 years together. I want to, when we eventually adopt a child, I want to be able to be a good mom, and part of being a good mom is being able to be active and do things with your children. And so I want to be able to do that too, and that's not something I can do right now. My relationship with food is very, very messed up. It's very dysfunctional. Food is my comfort. I wasn't always big. I was normal sized as a child until I started probably kindergarten, and that's when I started putting on weight. And part of that, I think, was because I didn't have a lot of friends, and the people that my mom wanted me to be friends with, the somebodies, as we would say, they didn't want to be friends with me. They thought they were better than me, and they didn't want to be friends with me. And they were mean to me all the way through elementary school. And I used food as a comfort. That's when I started eating more. Also, both of my parents had a food addiction. It was a kind of a learned behavior. Whenever you're feeling sad or upset or mad or whatever, just go and eat something. Have some ice cream, get a cheeseburger, eat some chips or whatever. That really was what I was taught, and has continued for my entire life. And while I was in college, I really started putting on weight. Let's see. By the time I graduated high school, I was 280 pounds. And then in college, I started putting on more weight. And after my brother died, I was left to take care of my parents because they were sick. And I just didn't take care of myself anymore. I didn't take the time to take care of myself. So it's been a lot of neglect and abusing food that's gotten me to this point, and I need something to help me change. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my camera. Like I was saying, I need something to help me change, and I think this is it. I think this is what I need to do, and I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to break my habits and to be a healthier person. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss food because food is good. Food makes me feel good. Everything that being Choctaw and being from the South combined, everything revolves around food. If you get together, you eat. And that's something that I'm really going to miss. And that's something that my family may or may not understand. But it's something that I feel like I don't have a choice anymore, that this is the only choice that I have, or I'm going to die. And I do not want to die young like my brother and my parents did. My mother died of a stroke from her diabetes being out of control. My dad died from cancer. He had multiple myeloma. He was also diabetic. Both of my parents had heart disease. When my brother died, he was well over 500 pounds, and he was killed in a car accident. And he had diabetes and high cholesterol and high blood pressure and everything like my parents. And I always said that wasn't going to be me. That wasn't going to happen to me. I was going to be different. And then here I am. I'm on that same path. So I have to do something now to be able to live my life to the fullest and to live a longer life, because I've seen what happens when you don't take care of yourself. And I've spent 31 years not taking care of myself. I'm scared, I'm nervous, but I know that I have to do this. I guess my biggest fear is dying during surgery, for being put under anesthesia. Hopefully that won't happen, but that's my biggest fear about the surgery. Right now I'm doing just a simple diet of cutting back and using my Fitness Pal and tracking my calories and trying to eat smaller portions. And they did a fitness challenge with me to get me to walk 2 miles a day for 2 weeks, to see what kind of results I get from that, which is going to be hard because with my ankylosing spondylitis, my back hurts a lot, and especially when I walk. So that plus the weight makes it very painful for me to actually exercise. So we'll see how that goes. I'll walk for the 40 minutes that they said, but I don't know if I'm going to make the 2 miles. But anyway, I don't really know how much I want to share with the world, but I was always in a house where you had to finish everything on your plate, and you were probably going to get seconds or maybe even thirds. Nobody was really going to stop you. And as I got older, even though my mother was feeding me, which I'm not going to blame it all on her, but she did play a part in it. She was feeding me and letting me eat all this stuff, and then wanting to put me on a diet all the time. I think the first time they tried to put me on a diet, I was like 8 or 9 years old. And obviously that didn't work. But she tried diet after diet after diet, and I would end up trying to do them with her from that young age, and they never worked. Or if they did work, I would gain the weight back as soon as we stopped, because they were impossible to stick to. And then she became very naggy and would say things that would really hurt my self-esteem. And she would always tell me, about my weight and how fat I was, and how no one was ever going to want me. No, there weren't going to be any boys that would want to date me. Nobody wants to date a fat girl. Things like that. So that in turn depressed me more, and then I would eat more, and then she would get mad at me for eating, even though she did the exact same thing. But that's just the messed up relationship with food that I've had. And then after my parents passed away, I really really started getting out of control, and what used to be just a normal order turned into ordering enough for 2 or 3 people to eat. And I would eat it all because it would make me feel better, because it's what I wanted at that time. And if I wanted it, I was going to have it. But there was a lot of shame in that, and hoping that no one would judge me. And like if I went to a drive-through, hoping that they would think that, oh, I'm getting this for other people too, not just myself. So there's always been that judgment that I've been afraid of, but the want for the food outweighed that. And it probably sounds pretty pathetic to some people that that I had that kind of relationship with food, that I had a food addiction, but it's the honest truth. I still have a food addiction, and it's going to be very hard for me. Like today, I've had a protein shake and I had a salad, a chicken salad for lunch, and I annihilated that salad like nobody's business because I was so hungry. And it's so hard for me. That's why it's so hard for me to stick to a diet, is I can't stand to be hungry. I want the food. I want the comfort. I want to feel good. And being on a diet stresses me out, and it makes me not feel good. So that's why diets have never really worked for me, and that's why I need this lifestyle change that is involved with having the surgery. I need to be able to eat less. I need to be able to feel full. And that's the only way that I'm going to survive trying to lose weight, is if I can eat less and feel full, then I think I will be fine. But, some people call what I'm doing right now Confessions of a Fat Girl, or the Fat Girl Diaries. I'm not going to divulge as much information as some people do, because even though I'm making these videos, even though I'm on YouTube and I share it with my Facebook friends, I'm still pretty private about some parts of my life. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of check in and explain why I chose to do weight loss surgery, and I just hope that everything's going to work out and everything's going to be okay. And I'm going to lose the weight, and I'm going to be a better, happier person. And on another note, something very difficult that's going on right now is my dachshund, Spotty Renee. She's 16 years old, but she is my world. I love her like she is my child. She has a growth on one of her back legs, and we are taking her to the vet on Saturday to see what it is. And I'm really afraid that it could be cancer. I don't know that for sure. Only the vet will be able to tell us. But at her age and everything, there is a higher chance that it could be. And I don't know how I'm going to react to that. I just know that I don't want to lose her. And I think I've cried just about every night this week thinking about it, because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose her sooner than I want to. And at her age, I know that she doesn't have that many years left. But I don't want to let her go. She is the last piece of my family and the last piece of the life that I used to have before I lost everyone. And now of course I have my husband that I love more than anything. But Spotty has been with me through all the losses. And she's been a companion and a comfort. And she's made me laugh. She makes me smile. She makes me mad because she's a dachshund, and dachshunds are stubborn. But I don't... Sorry, I'm having problems with my camera. I don't want to lose her yet, and I'm scared of that. I'm scared that I'm going to lose her. And making the decision of if they want to do surgery to remove whatever this thing is it worth putting her under anesthesia at her age? Is it safe to put her under anesthesia at her age and put her through the healing process? Or is it better just to let her live out her days? And I don't know what to do. But I will know more on Saturday. And I'm probably going to want to emotionally eat. I'm afraid that I'm going to fall off the diet bandwagon once again. With any bad news that I get about her. And when she dies, I'm going to lose it. I'm not sure how I'm going to be okay. I know that sounds crazy to some people, but she means the world to me. And I just don't know what I'm going to do without her. She is the best dog that anybody could ever have. There is nobody out there that could possibly have a dog better than Spotty. I've had her for 15 of the 16 years of her life, and that's a long time to have something permanent in your life for that amount of time, and then for it to just be gone. And so I'm worried about when that happens, whether it's now or in a couple of years. If I can't eat, how am I going to cope? I'm going to have to find new ways to cope with stress and with hurt and rejection and all the emotions that I deal with on a daily basis. And that's going to be really hard. So I guess that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about now, but I just kind of wanted to post this video, and hopefully some people can share my experience, or do share my experience, and that I can help somebody out there make a decision to get healthier just like I am. And you want to do it before it's too late. And so it's time to get started. So thank you to everybody who watches, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.